The laughter was louder than his heartbeat. Standing in the middle of the dusty street, Daniel held a tiny silver ring that shimmered weakly under the afternoon sun. It wasn't expensive, just a simple band he'd saved up for after weeks of skipping meals and extra shifts at the construction site. But for him, it meant everything. In front of him stood Amara, the young woman he had loved quietly for years. Her face was soft, her hands rough from the long hours she spent cleaning houses, and her heart, he thought, was the kindest he had ever known. "Amara," he said, his voice trembling but full of hope. "I know I don't have much, but I promise you one thing. I'll work every day to make you happy. Will you marry me?" A few passers-by stopped to watch. Then the laughter began. "She's a cleaner," someone shouted. "Look at his clothes. He can't even feed himself," another jeered. Daniel ignored them, his eyes fixed on Amara. But Amara looked down, torn between love and fear. Her lips quivered. "Daniel, I can't." The ring in his hand suddenly felt heavy. "You deserve someone better," she whispered, turning away as tears filled her eyes. And just like that, she walked away, leaving him kneeling on the ground, surrounded by laughter and dust. Years later, the laughter had long faded, but Daniel never forgot the sound. He used it as fuel. Every sleepless night, every deadline, every failure, he carried that moment with him. By 30, Daniel had built a small architecture firm. His name now stood on the tall glass doors of a company that designed homes for the rich and famous. The boy they mocked had become a man of quiet success. On a warm Saturday morning, Daniel stood in front of a mirror, adjusting his wedding suit. Today was his wedding day. The hall was grand. Crystal lights, white roses, and gold ribbons everywhere. Guests filled the seats, and music flowed through the air like joy itself. Then, as Daniel stepped out to greet his guests, something, or rather, someone, caught his eye. Amara. She stood at the far corner of the hall, dressed in a cleaner's uniform, holding a mop. Her eyes widened the moment she saw him. The color drained from her face. For a second, time stopped. The same man she once left was now the groom in the hall she worked to clean. Their eyes met. Amara quickly looked away, wiping a tear before it fell. She tried to move, but Daniel walked toward her slowly. Guests watched in silence, unsure what was happening. He stopped right in front of her. "Daniel," she whispered, her voice breaking. He smiled gently. Not in pride, not in anger, but with peace. "You were my biggest lesson, Amara," he said softly. "Not my mistake." For a long moment, she said nothing. Only the sound of distant music filled the room. Daniel turned and walked back toward his bride, a graceful woman who waited for him at the altar. As he took her hand, he felt something inside him finally rest. Sometimes, life doesn't seek revenge. It simply shows you the truth in silence, in time, and in love that never needed to be proven. Sparkle's moral: never look down on anyone because of their today. Time has a way of changing everything and everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share.